Kutakuwa na resolution ambayo itasomwa baada ya baba kutuzungumzia. Asanteni sana. Thank you very much.
Haya, you may be seated. Asanteni sana. Viongozi wa ma enda soba bogin asholing Mrs. Yesu asanteni sana. Mimi niliona mmekaa sana, ni sababu nikaona msimame kidogo alafu mketi chini. Lakini nataka kwanza kutoa shukrani kwa viongozi na kwa wale wote ambao walishughulikia ili hii mkutano ifanyike siku ya leo. Wengine wanakumbuka tulipokuwa huko Narok katika mazishi ya Mama Dorcas Ntimama. Niliongea kule na nilikuwa naenda safari siku hiyo. Nikaongea na nikatoka haraka ili nije Nairobi nipate ndege ya kwenda huko Dubai. Lakini pale mimi nilisema ati hivi karibuni nitaandaa mkutano ya viongozi wa ma ili tuketi chini tuweze kuzungumza mambo ambayo yanahusu nchi yetu, yale ambayo yanahusu jamii ya ma na kadhalika. Na maana yake niliambiwa ya kwamba kulikuwa na mvurutano hapa na pale, hakuna mtu ambaye anatambulika kama ndio kiongozi kamili, wanasiasa hapa na pale, na nikaona hii si mzuri. Zamani tulikuwa tunakaa na marehemu mzee William Ole Ntimama na mzee John King. Na wazee wamenifundisha mambo mengi sana juu ya mila ya jamii ya ma. Na historia na kila kitu. Kwa mimi najua hata communities tofauti katika ukama, mimi najua yote. Na mimi nikaona wakati imefika tuko hapa tuketi chini tuongee kwa uwazi zaidi. Na mimi natoa shukrani kwa wale ambao wamepata fursa ya kuongea. Wameongea kwa niaba ya wale ambao hawakupata nafasi. Nimeona hapa mmeleta hapa viongozi wa vijana wameongea. Nimeona wamama wameongea. Wazee wameongea. Wale professionals wameongea. Watu wa serikali, utumishi wa umma wameongea. Na wanasiasa vile vile wamekohoa. Kwa hivyo sasa hii picha imeonekana, ama sivyo? Imeonekana vizuri sana. Na juzi nilienda Nakuru. Nilipokwenda Nakuru pale mimi nikaongea na taifa la Kenya. Na pale ndio mimi nilitoa wito ya azimio ya umoja. Ati nchi haiwezi kuendelea kama watu wamegawanyika kwa msingi ya kikabila, kwa msingi ya kijinsia, kwa upande ya dini na kadhalika. Na hiyo si mimi ndio nilikuwa nasema. Nimeangalia taifa letu kule tumeanza mpaka pale tuko sasa. Na waanzilishi wa taifa letu walitambua hii mambo ya umoja. Ndio sababu naona wimbo yetu ya taifa inaanza kwanza inasema, God bless this land of ours. Justice be our shield and defender. May we dwell in unity, peace and liberty. Plenty be found within our borders. Kwa Kiswahili, unity inaitwa undugu. Tukae na undugu, amani na umoja. Na raha tupate na ustawi. Sio hivyo, hii ni wale ndio walitambua umoja ni muhimu sana kwa taifa. Wakenya wanapigana kwa msingi ya kikabila. Ukienda kila mahali wakabila wanalia, sisi tumebaguliwa. Kwa upande ya ajira, watu wetu hakuna kwa serikali. Kwa upande ya maendeleo, hakuna pande hii. Miundo msingi hatuna, mabarabara ni mbaya. Mambo ya stima sisi hatujui, maji hakuna na kadhalika. Kwa upande ya elimu, kwa upande ya matibabu na kadhalika. Sababu nilisema tuongee na mmeongea vizuri. Sasa mimi niko na maneno machache nataka kusoma kwa Kimombo. Maana najua nyinyi nyote ni wote ambao wamesoma. Let me begin by thanking you, first the Cabinet Secretary, Keriako Tobiko, the Excellency Governor Olelenku, and for working together to convene this meeting. This is the third meeting in the series aimed at creating a strong sense of unity in the country under the auspices of Azimio la Umoja as we head to the 2022 general elections. We recognize the need to bring all the competing interests in the country onto one table and agreeing on how to tackle them ahead of the elections next year and elections beyond. And nobody should feel ashamed that we are meeting as regions and even as ethnic groups. Kenya is made up of regions and ethnic groups with diverse and sometimes conflicting interests. But Kenya belongs to all of us. We must begin thinking of how to build a country where citizens and leaders are free to pursue sectional interests, but still put the country's interests above their own. A country where one community or region does not gain at the expense of another. A country where the Maasai get what rightly belongs to them, and the Kikuyu get what they deserve too. It is possible to build that kind of country. It is what we have set our eyes on. We are also doing this to create lasting unity and stability of the nation. We recognize that for prosperity and growth, we need unity and stability. No economic or governance model, however well crafted, can thrive in an environment of chaos, disunity, and instability. The Maa community has historically received a raw deal, both during the colonial time and after independence. You have unified issues of land. You have unfinished issues of land, marginalization, human-wildlife conflict, traditions you hold dear, but that jeopardize your desire to march at the same pace with other communities, environmental degradation, and poverty, among others. The leaders of this community have decided that, unlike during the Lancaster Constitutional Conference, when representatives walked out in protest because they were getting a raw deal, this time round and going forward, you must stay put and fight at the table where all communities are gathered. I agree with you on this approach, and you have my full support. Indeed, you have always had my support, and you have given me your support in return, which I very much appreciate. We are all concerned about the historical and current marginalization of some parts of Kenya and the Maasai. That is why we came up with the counties in the 2010 Constitution, which others opposed. It is the reason we will continue to push for more funds and resources to be devolved to the counties. Had the BBI gone through, financial allocation to Kajiado would have risen by 6.3 billion from the current 6.4 billion to 12.8 billion. Allocation to Narok would rise by 5 billion from the current 8 billion to 13 billion. Samburu's would rise by about 2 billion from the current 4.6 billion to 6.5 billion. Those billions that are on the verge of being denied to the Ma nation would work wonders in providing basics like water, dispensaries, hides and skins factories, slaughterhouses, schools and roads, among others. And that is why we are asking the Man nation that we do not give up. We must join hands and fight to the end. We must begin working on interventions that will alleviate the deprivation of this community which this community has suffered. We need to prepare with emergency programs for the drought that hit the Ma community time and again. The response readiness must include rapid delivery of food, water, and medicine to the affected populations. We must be prepared for emergency responses to livestock diseases and provide the livestock keepers with hay when droughts like the one now looming on the horizon strike. It is my hope that the government is currently making plans for these initiatives, including livestock offtake by the Kenya Meat Commission and borehole drilling should the situation demand. We appreciate the critical first steps that the President took recently of declaring drought a national disaster and an emergency. That should enable the government to deploy all resources at its disposal and ensure timely and quick delivery of the relief supplies. We did it in Grand Coalition government, where President Uhuru Kenyatta was the Deputy Prime Minister and later the Minister for Finance. I will be at hand to assist. In the meantime, we strongly appeal to our development partners to support the affected communities as they have done before. We must, however, remain focused on long-term solutions that will lift the Maasai and other pastoralist communities from the cycles of droughts, floods, famine, poverty, and marginalization. That means we must be unapologetic in preserving our water towers like the Mau and the Badeas and planting more trees to green the land and raise our forest cover. In the interest of pastoralists, we must preserve and protect the environment. The CS Tobiko and all your governors know they have my support on this matter. Very soon, I will return to this agenda to green our land and restock our forests to safeguard livelihoods. Ma lands are part and parcel of our plan to transform rural Kenya. You are part and parcel of our plan for massive investment in rural infrastructure of access roads, reliable electricity, decent housing, clean water, and good public schools. You are part of our plan for creation of rural cottage industries. You must provide the Maasai lands with reliable, efficient, and quality healthcare services and provide efficient veterinary services. those keen to try crop production, and there are many, should be helped to do so. In which case, we should be able to provide them with reliable agricultural extension services, tractor services, high-yielding seeds, help them with the reclamation of the land and preservation of water sources, and everything else they need to feed themselves and the nation. We must help the community access abattoirs and markets for their livestock and livestock products if we are to lift them from poverty. As I conclude, allow me to say something about two special groups, the Maasai women and the Maasai youth. In the end, the way out of marginalization, poverty, and myriad other injustices the Maa community continues to suffer, the way to help the community compete in the cash economy is the education of Maasai youths and empowerment of Maasai women. No community can grow when its women are kept down and denied opportunities. No community can have a future when its children are not getting modern education that prepares them and their community for the future. The Maa nation is not going to be any different. We must go all out and help Maasai youth access education. We must protect the Maa women and girls from gender-based violence, early marriages, and cultural practices like FGM. We must go all out to empower and support the Maasai women to go for political leadership at all levels and also increase their inclusion in government bureaucracy. Maasai women need our help to attain economic empowerment. On their own, Maa women have made Kenya known for cultural ornaments like beads, but they have not benefited much from it. With government support, Maasai cultural ornaments could easily be a massive network of cottage industries in rural areas, producing made-in-Kenya ornaments and preserving the Maa cultural heritage for commercial gain. We must scale up investment in education of girls and all the youth in Maasai land, in addition to investing in promoting skills and talents of the youth here. We must strengthen both the formal school system and the mobile school initiatives among pastoralist communities as a means of increasing access to education. We should consider affirmative action programs that force the government to take the burden providing modern infrastructure and items like tents in the case of mobile schools, solar power, books, desks, toilets, and sanitation, drinking water, and meals from the soldiers or pastoralist parents and their children. The challenges facing the Maa nation goes to underscore just how diverse we are in interests as a nation. They underscore the more reason we need to come together on one table, listen to each other, and chart a way forward as one people. Let us work together. I have said that I don't want supporters or followers. I have come to ask for partnership. I want us to walk hand in hand, bega kwa bega, until we reach our destination. And our destination was coined by our founding fathers, which says that God is help this land, a God-fearing nation. Justice be your shield and defender, a democratic society. May we dwell in unity, peace and liberty, and plenty be found within our borders. In the Bible, the country where plenty is found is called Canaan. And that's the reason why I talked about was going to Canaan. That is what the founding fathers of our nation wanted. That is the Kenyan dream as coined by the founding fathers. We can realize it. Let us partner together and walk towards that direction. We will reach that destination. Let us unite as one people. And this is what I've said. And then I say that what we want to achieve inawezekana. 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 Amani. Amani. Umoja. Umoja. Uchumi bora. Uchumi bora. Asanteni sana. Thank you very much.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Prime Minister.